Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I am your host, Taylor Gonzalez, and today I am joined by a very special guest. Natasha Tosini is here. She had an iconic scene in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, involving a jacuzzi, and now she's playing an evil stepsister in Cinderella's Curse. Natasha, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm okay. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to do this with me. I've been looking forward to this interview.
Have you? So have
Hmm.
I. I'm
Oh,
thrilled.
very exciting. As I mentioned, you have a jacuzzi scene in the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, and that one went crazy viral. What can you
It
tell
did.
me about that specific scene?
Okay, so that scene, we actually filmed the road part of the scene before we filmed the jacuzzi scene. So the road part of the scene was one day, and then the jacuzzi part was the next day. And I think that was my first day on set that I filmed that scene. And Reese was said to me like this might be the hardest scene of the entire film to do. I was like, okay. And it was my first ever film. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll do it. Um and that was the first time I'd ever met Chris, who plays Piglet.
Hmm.
So I'd not seen him without the mask on. So he came out with this mask on, going and like with his like sledgehammer. And I was like, I was actually genuinely, this sounds fake, but I genuinely was a little bit scared. I was like laid on the floor, tied up. I was like, oh, this is a bit scary. And it was freezing cold. Obviously, I was meant to have just come out the hot tub, so they had to keep wetting me and putting oil on me and stuff. So it was freezing cold, but everyone was actually really nice. And that's when I realized like everyone on the set kind of works together, because as soon as they yelled cut, people would run over with like blankets and put a pillow under my head and be like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, yeah.
Oh
So
my
it was
gosh.
it was crazy, but it was good.
So while you were filming it, did you realize like how big that scene could blow up on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, or did you not realize like in the moment this is going to go crazy viral?
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I literally had no idea. And it's crazy because I don't know if anyone even knows this or not, but when I finished filming, we got some like stills, and one of the stills was of me on the road. And I posted on Instagram and put BTS of my death scene,
Mhm.
and like outed the fact that obviously I was gonna die before the film had even gone viral. So then when it went viral and everyone was following me, people were commenting like, "Oh, she's gonna die," and I was like, "Have I done the wrong thing?"
Oops.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh no!" But yeah, it went literally went crazy overnight. I remember waking up and gained like 10,000 followers or something, and I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
literally overnight, and I was like, "What's happened here? What's gone off?" And then I looked, and everyone was like, "Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh," and I was like, is this because that film that I did? Like, because obviously to everyone who filmed it, everyone was just like, oh, it's just a film. Do you know what I mean? It's just the same as what we've been doing. Crazy.
Oh, that is crazy. Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times where I will post something and then I'll go to bed and then the next morning I wake up and for whatever reason, like someone reposted it or it goes, I don't know, on Twitter or something. And then I have a bunch of notifications and I'm like, what did I do? And then it's just like
Yeah.
someone sharing a clip of something I did. And it's like, oh, okay, I thought it was like a nude leak or something like that. You never
Yes.
know.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't know what I was allowed to say on here, but
Yeah.
I thought my nudes had been leaked. I've said this before. I woke up and was like, oh no, what is that entire world seeing? Because it's definitely my nudes. And then I seen Winnie the Pooh and I was like, oh my God, it's Winnie the
Yeah.
Pooh.
Oh,
You
what a
instantly
relief.
think it's negative, don't you? When you
Yeah.
see all them followers, you're like, uh oh, what have I done?
Mhm. You never know. It's very scary when you wake up and you
It
have a million
is. It really
alerts.
is.
Oh my gosh. How excited are you to see Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey too?
Oh my God, so excited. Ridiculously excited. I feel like I'm as excited to see number two as I was to see number
Oh,
one. You know, because like all my closest friends in the whole world are actually in number two.
oh, that's
So
great.
I didn't know anyone. It when I did number one, obviously it was my first film, and I didn't know anyone that I was filming with. So I was excited for me when it came out,
Mhm.
and I was excited to see everyone else because I'd become friends with them. But the people that are in number two, I've been friends with for years now. So like I'm watching them succeed. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing for them. And do you know what I mean? And also I'm excited to see obviously the plot and like how it
Mhm.
goes and stuff like that. So
Oh,
yeah, very excited.
yeah, I am very excited. I know I feel like I have become friends with everyone because I've been interviewing the entire cast. And
Yeah, yeah,
what's
yeah.
great is like I keep in touch with everybody. So it's very fun and just like a very exciting experience to share it with everyone. And I can't
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
to
it's
text
nice.
everyone when I see the movie finally. We're getting closer and closer every day.
Yeah.
Speaking of your friends, you actually have a YouTube channel called That's a Wrap Podcast, where you and Louis Santer, who plays Tigger in Blood and Honey 2, tried some different hot sauces. I watched it last night and it was very funny. I don't know that I would ever do that because I am a wimp when it comes to spicy food and hot sauce. I don't think I could do it. But did you want to talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and what people can expect there?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know you were gonna say that. I was like, oh God, what's gonna come from this? Yeah, so I started it with actually the other person that I do it with. I kind of like co
The
produce.
co-host,
Is
yeah,
that
mhm.
co-host?
Yeah.
I co-host it with someone called Stephen Staley, who is an actor as well. I met him on set of Darker Shades of Summer. So that's another film that I did. And we kind of like co-host it together. And we were like, do you know what? We want to bring some guests on because that'd be exciting. And I'd been like speaking to Lewis a little bit, and I was like, oh, do you want to, you know, come and do this? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, we're gonna do some challenges. So just be prepared for that. And he obviously Lewis is like the best. He was like, yeah, of course, I'll do anything you want. And I was like, okay, great. So then obviously I got them eating hot sauces. We have some more challenges actually coming out with Lewis Santa. I'm trying to think of what challenges we have. We have a challenge, you know, the tortilla challenge. Have you seen that?
Oh, I heard of it, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. What is it again?
Okay, so it's like two people sit across each other and they slap each other with tortillas.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
we've kind of done that challenge, but we've changed it a little bit. So we take it in turns. But for example, me and Lewis will be sat against each other with like our mouths full of water, and then Stephen, who is like saying the jokes, he will say a joke, and we have to try and not spit the water at each other, and then we also get slapped with a tortilla. So we've kind of like changed it a little bit, but it is really fun, and I've seen like a little bit of it, and it doesn't end well for me
Uh-oh.
because I was like, do you know what? I think it's because I'm a woman. Like my brain was just not letting me spit on anyone. Like it was, I was ready to spit, and it was like, and I just spitting it over myself. So I was soaking wet at the end of it,
Oh
but it was
no.
very fun.
Uh, well, I cannot wait to see that. So everybody go check out her YouTube channel. That's a Wrap Podcast. I'll put a link
Please
to
do.
it in the description of this video so people can
Thank
come and
you.
subscribe because the hot sauce video is very funny. I don't think I could do it. The tortilla one, that sounds more my speed
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that
The hot
sounds
sauce
like
one.
easy, but yeah, the hot sauce.
Did you see the bit where I made them eat the really really hot sauce at the end?
Yeah, the bomb, right?
I didn't. Yeah,
Oh,
the bomb. Yeah, I didn't eat that one because I was too scared. But I'm getting hate in the comments now
oh no.
from people saying, "Can't believe she didn't try it after all that."
Oh, it's tough though, and it's on camera, so it's like you never know how you're going to react, and then it's being filmed
Yeah,
too, so it's like
it was
double
crazy. Lewis
scary.
was saying like Lewis thought he went into cardiac arrest. Like he was just sat for a bit like this,
Oh
and then
no.
he was going like just breathing through it. And he says like, I think my head and my chest have gone into panic mode. I'm having cardiac arrest. I was like, I'm so glad I didn't do it.
You know what's crazy is I've seen people on YouTube try that sauce and it doesn't even phase them. Like they're just like it's nothing.
Yeah,
I don't understand because like even like the mild sauce, I need water or I need to like, ooh, I need to have something
really.
with it because it's hot.
Yeah, it'd be so good watching you do that challenge then, because that's the
Oh
same
my
as Lewis and
gosh.
Steve. Like they go to Nando's and they order no sauce, whereas I like buffalo sauce, sriracha sauce, like quite hot sauces. So I was all right. I didn't do the bomb because I was afraid, but I was obviously better at it than those two.
The only challenge I've ever done, I don't know if you remember this one. It's called the cinnamon challenge.
Oh no, did you do
Okay.
that?
I did that in like high school. I used to make videos on MySpace back in the day with my
Yeah.
friend, and we would do like Chubby Bunny and we did like he spoke like German, so he would try and teach me like household items. I would hold up the item and he would try and teach me how to say it. And then one day someone was like, "Oh, can you guys do the cinnamon challenge?" So we did it. It was the worst thing ever because we didn't know what to expect. And we both like you get basically for people who don't know, you get a tablespoon of cinnamon and you eat it, and then you're supposed to try and survive after that, but it like gets stuck to your mouth and your throat and like the dangly ball in the back. And my friend and I
And it's like
returned.
you're just going,
It's like you cannot
oh,
breathe.
no.
And my friend and I, we
Yeah.
turned at each other and we just started throwing up. And then we ran down the hallway to the bathroom. And as we were running down the hallway, like, I know this is disgusting, but like throwing up, the cleaning ladies came over and they were there to like clean the house. And we were like, oh my God, we're like literally vomiting everywhere. Now they're going to have to clean it up. And it was a school day. So we were
Oh
getting ready to
no.
go to school. So it was so embarrassing that challenge. It's gone, I hope. I don't know if I ever deleted my MySpace. Maybe it's out there somewhere.
That'll be on the internet somewhere. Someone's gonna find it after you release this interview.
Yeah, and you know what's gonna happen? My phone's gonna blow up, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, it's nudes," and it's just gonna be me vomiting cinnamon.
Oh my God, it will be. It literally will be.
Oh no, what have I done?
Oh, what have you done? It's bad, isn't it? When it's on the internet, it's there forever.
It is. I know because it's like I don't know that I ever deleted MySpace. Like it's probably there somewhere.
Yeah, it probably is. You probably just logged out and never went back.
Oh my gosh. Well, here
I
we
did a
go.
chili challenge when I was like, I don't know, like 13, where I ate
Mhm.
like hot chilies, not the sauce, like the actual chili. And that video is still on the internet. And someone played it to me the other day and was like, oh, I found this. And I was like,
Oh no.
why is that still on the internet? And I'm a young kid and I'm like, so I'm gonna eat this chili and I'm gonna see how it is. And I eat the chili and I'm like down in milk and I'm going, it's so hot. And then I'm like outside, like chewing on ice, and I'm chewing the ice so hard that I'm like cutting my tongue and I'm bleeding. And
Ooh.
it's really, really awful. It's awful and it's on the internet.
Oh no. Yeah, the internet's
So
forever.
embarrassing. It
Ooh.
really is forever.
Well, get ready for that cinnamon video to come back. Maybe I could put it on my channel and get some views out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, get some clout from it. Yes,
Yeah.
do it.
Oh my gosh. Well, your next movie is Cinderella's Curse, and you'll be playing an evil stepsister. How did you get this role?
So it's a strange story actually, because I was on set for another movie. I was on set for a film called The Film Festival, and I was like sat eating my lunch. Everyone was eating lunch together, and I got a text from Scott who says like, "Hey, I think you'd be really good at this role." Obviously, he's seen me in like different movies and stuff, and he was like, "Hey, I think you'd be really good for this role." It's the stepsister in Cinderella. He didn't even have to say any more. Like he was typing the information, and I was like, "Yep, yep, yes, 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 yes." He was like halfway through explaining it to me. I was like, "Yes." And then obviously he gave me the role. He sent me the script. I was like, "Oh my God, yes." And I loved it. And then on the like when we were filming it, obviously Cinderella is played by Kelly. Kelly is one of my best friends in the whole
Oh.
world. She's the sweetest girl I've ever
Mhm.
met. I love her so much. And obviously there's some scenes where Cinderella's upset. And it was actually really hard. Like it was strangely hard. When I'm reading it, I'm a little bit sadistic and I'm like a bit sick in the head, I think. So I'm reading the script going, oh yeah, yeah, defo. That sounds good. But on the day, because Kelly was upset, I was like, I'm not enjoying this. Do you know what I mean? Like it was a bit harder than I thought it was gonna
Mhm.
be.
Oh. But yeah, Kelly is so sweet. I spoke with
Cheers.
her about Blood and Honey too, and then I'm hoping once I see Cinderella's Curse, I would like to speak with her again so I can talk about actually seeing the
Yeah.
movie. But I am so looking forward to this film. That trailer is so much fun, and
Oh,
it
it's
reminds me
good.
of Carrie, and it just seems like it's going to be a great time. So I just interviewed, I guess it was yesterday or the day before, Lauren Budd, who plays your sister
Oh
Ingrid
yeah.
in the film. What was it like being being Lauren's sister in the movie?
It was really good actually. That was the first time I'd ever met her like for this, so I didn't know her before this. And I remember when I first met her, I'm 4'10", so I'm very small. I'm like 147 centimeters or something like that, and she's quite tall. And I remember thinking, how are they gonna pull this off? We don't look like sisters at all. But I met her and I was like, oh, she's actually really nice, and we became. It's really strange. I've said this before, but when you're like sisters or brothers or parents to somebody on set in a film, you become like that in real life
Oh.
because you're kind of acting that character, and there's kind of a little bit of method acting that goes into it. Like, for example, me and Lauren were together nearly all of the time. All of our scenes were together. So every time we were on set, we were together. When we were prepping together. We were in hair and makeup together. Do you know what I mean? We did everything together. So we became like sisters. And it was really fun to get to know her and the thing she stands for. She just started a new campaign called Call It Out campaign, which is about
Oh yeah.
public sexual harassment,
Mhm.
which is a really good campaign. Yeah, it was just really nice to get to know her, and not even just her character. Like obviously she's an amazing actor and her character was great, but just to get to know her as a person was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, she's very sweet. And I can't wait to see the two of
She
you
is.
on screen together as sisters. That'll be very fun.
Yeah.
So when I spoke with Louisa, the director of the film, she mentioned that Cinderella's Curse is filmed in an actual castle. What was that experience like?
Oh my God, it was so fun. So we filmed in a castle, and obviously because we were filming in a castle, all the crew and the cast kind of like stayed in the castle as well. So we had our bedrooms there, and we were living in the castle basically the whole time. Um, It was haunted. I don't know if you believe in ghosts or not, but
I
it
think
was
I do.
definitely haunted. Oh, honestly, if you were there, you'd have been like, something's going on here. Like when I walked in, all the
Mhm.
boys were like whispering, going, "Don't tell the girls, don't tell the girls." And I was like, "Don't tell the girls what?" Because I
Ooh.
obviously wanted to know.
Hmm.
And then they were like, "Don't say anything because obviously it's a set and you don't want to like scare people or whatever." But it's haunted, and like the place that we filmed at, it used to be an orphanage,
Hmm.
and when the kids used to get sick, there was a tiny little room with just a window and nothing else. When the kids used to get sick, they just used to lock them in there because there was nothing they could do. And I was like, oh my God, this is sick. So I was up at night, like 3 o'clock in the morning. Everyone went to bed. Like even Louisa, she'd come with me, and like a few of like crew members that were like guys would come, and we'd have like apps on our phones and just like look around to like try and communicate with ghosts. It was very fun. The castle was beautiful, other than the fact that there were definitely ghosts there.
Oh,
It was beautiful. It was really nice. And
that's
it was
nice.
very scenic around the castle as well. So there were places to like hike, and everyone was going on walks and runs, and everyone was exercising together and stuff. It was just really nice, actually. It was nice.
Oh, oh, that's great. All right, Natasha, who was your favorite Disney princess growing up?
Belle from Beauty and the
Oh,
Beast. Because she's
that's a good
just
one.
so, I don't know, she's beautiful, obviously, but they all are. But I just love the story of like, he was misunderstood. He was a monster and everyone hated him, but then she brought out his true self. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like the castle they lived in, and the books, and the everything about it, I think was beautiful. That's my
Yeah.
favorite one.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, the answers I've been getting for this, because I've been asking people who worked on Cinderella's Curse who their favorite princess was growing up, and that's a really good one. Belle's a great one. I love Belle. So
Did you get any other bells?
not yet, not yet. Yesterday
Oh
I
yeah.
got Meg from Hercules, and I was like,
Oh really?
oh, because I wouldn't have ever thought of Meg like off the top of my
Yeah, no,
head.
no, no.
That's a perfect one. I love Meg. That's a great one. So in Cinderella, she gets a wish granted by her fairy godmother. And I was wondering if you could have a wish granted by your fairy godmother, what
Ooh,
would you wish for?
what would I wish for? Oh my God. Okay, this is gonna whatever it is, I ain't even 40 yet, but it's gonna be dead cliche. Everyone's gonna go, oh, let me think. If I could get a wish granted, it would probably be to remove hate from the world.
Hmm.
That sounds, I bet people are going, £1 million, the love of my life, and stuff like that. I'd probably remove hate from the world, because imagine how many people and animals and stuff, like people would just care more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everyone would care more, everyone would be nicer, which would mean everyone was happier. Animals would get looked after better. That would be, I think, yeah, hate.
that's a
I'd
great one.
remove
That would
hate.
change
What about you?
everything. Oh
Yeah, literally.
no. Me, now that you've said that though, like that's great. The only other thing I could think of is like I would wish that my puppy would outlive me. That's the only thing that like I
Oh, that's a good
know.
one. Damn.
I just want
Oh,
her to be here forever. So
oh,
I know
it's
that's the
so
only thing
sad,
I
isn't
would wish
it?
for. Yeah. But
How
she's
old's your puppy?
oh, she's gonna be turning 5 in a couple months. Her name is June.
Oh,
She's a Chiweenie.
oh,
And
is
while we're
she?
talking about her, I'll just pull up a picture.
Oh my
I
God,
have a whole
please
folder
do.
full.
Have you?
Yeah, it's so funny though, because the other day when I was interviewing Louisa about Cinderella's Curse, we also were talking about June. It's just June can't be here when I'm doing interviews because she doesn't understand why I'm talking to the computer. And she'll just start barking to like get my attention.
Really?
Yeah, it's so weird. And I've talked to other friends who do YouTube and stuff, and they said the same thing that their dogs are perfectly calm and quiet and like relaxed. And as soon as they hit record, their dogs just like know. It's like a sixth
Yeah, yeah,
sense or
because they're
something.
confused. They're like, who are you talking to? What's going on?
Yeah. Okay, so this is
Wow.
June. I don't know if you can really see from the glare.
Oh, look at her ears.
She's so sweet. She's like, oh, this is the first picture we ever saw of June. Sorry, the glare is like terrible.
Oh my God, she's so little.
I was at a Cardi B concert with my friend, and my sister texted me and she was like, oh, my friend has a dog available for adoption. Like, did you want to get a dog? And I had just moved in with my boyfriend maybe like 6 months before that. And I was like, oh, I really want one, but is that too soon to get a dog? But then I was at Cardi B and I was having some
Yeah, and
drinks. And I was
you were
like,
like,
we
get
got it. And that is like the cutest picture. She was like this big when we got her.
Oh,
Oh, I know. I'm gonna make her watch Cinderella's Curse with me because
yes. Oh my
she loves
God.
watching horror movies.
Does she? She's so
Yeah.
into it.
Hmm.
Yes, get her to watch it.
Well, getting back on topic now that we've talked about my puppy. You also have another project coming up called Love Bites, where you'll be playing Lux. What can you tell me about that film?
So that was a film where I'm kind of like cameoing in that, I guess. I don't play like a huge character just because I could only film from home because that's
Mm.
actually a project that was done in the US. So they wanted me there. I couldn't be there
Oh.
because obviously it's like a low budget production, but they were like, we really want you.
Mhm.
Can you like do anything? And I was like, well, I can't just fly to you,
Mhm.
but I can do something from home. And they were like, yes, please, can you just like a couple of scenes? If you can just do a couple of scenes, film them scenes for us, and we'll be like super happy. And I was like, yeah, okay. Um, so I don't actually know anything about the entire script, which is really bad. But I only got sent my scenes, obviously,
Mhm.
because I just had to take my scenes from home. So I don't actually know anything about the full movie. I got sent it, and obviously I haven't had time to watch it yet. So I really, really, it looks really bad, actually. Sorry if
No,
you're watching.
that's really interesting though, because watching it when it's available, people probably would have no clue that you filmed your part in a different country completely separate from the rest of the
Yeah,
film. So that's a
literally,
really
yeah.
cool thing to know. I'm looking forward to
Yeah, I
that.
think there's a few scenes where so I'm the vampire queen. So
Mhm.
I'm a vampire in it and I play like the vampire queen.
Oh,
Lux,
cool.
her name is obviously. So when the vampires are having like issues or they need to know what to do next, they give
Mhm.
me a call and I'll be like, sort this out, sort that out, sort of thing. So very cameo-y, but I enjoyed it
Mhm.
nonetheless. And I love the people that I've like met through it. Um, they were saying like get a Lux tattoo and we'll pay for it. And I was like, oh, when we're gonna put it though? Like I've got so many at the moment. They were like, get one.
Oh,
They were like,
that's
sorry, my
awesome.
alarm. Yeah, they were like, get a Lux tattoo and we'll pay for it. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. So I'm thinking about doing that as well. They were really
Oh,
nice.
yeah, you should totally do it. That's very cool. So speaking of tattoos, that was my next question. I know when I was looking up your Instagram and doing research on your roles and stuff, I noticed you also have, like me, a lot of tattoos. Mine are like on my hands and my fingers. Do
Oh,
you have
sick.
a favorite tattoo?
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So I watched your interview with Lewis Santa, so
Mhm.
I saw you asking this question. I should have prepped. I didn't think. Right. Okay, so I've got this one
Mhm.
that says Grandad. It's in my
Oh,
granddad's handwriting.
oh wow.
So when before obviously he passed away when I was younger, but before he passed away, I wrote him a card in my handwriting when I was younger, and he got that tattooed on him. So I obviously did the same. That's one of my favorites. And then okay, this one's a bit weird. Do I show you this?
Do
How am I
it.
gonna get my it's on my foot, so I'm gonna have to really get my foot up there.
Oh my gosh.
That's my
Oh,
mum's face.
on your foot.
That's my
Did
mum's
it?
face on a potato, yeah. So I got her face put onto like a potato and then I got that tattooed on my foot. That's probably one of my favorites. I've got this one here what says demigod. I like
Ooh,
that one.
nice.
And then I've got one on my back
Mhm.
that's a snake. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to show you this either.
It's okay. You don't have to
Right.
if you can't. I realize like
Right.
you're wearing everything's covered, so it's like, oh,
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
yeah.
Let me see. Right, okay, hang on. It's at the bottom of my back anyway, so you should.
Oh
You see
yeah.
it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Did the one on your
Oh,
foot hurt? Because I don't have any on my feet. But I imagine it hurts because it's like very thin there, the skin. Is it painful
um,
there?
it was painful, yeah, it did hurt. I think I got this one on my finger. You can't even see it. It's just a white line.
Oh yeah, I
Look at my
see
nail
it.
varnish. Oh God, look at the state. I had a mental breakdown yesterday. I was doing my nail varnish and I was like, and it went wrong. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, I'm not doing it.
Oh no.
So it looks a state, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
see
I've
the
got
white
this
line. That's
one.
cool. Mhm.
I think that one probably hurt the most out of all the tattoos I've got.
Mm.
And then this one here, that one hurt a lot. Um, the foot one I'd say is probably like third on the pain scale.
Okay.
So not the worst, but
Mhm.
it was quite bad. It kind of feels like someone's like cut your skin and they're like tearing it.
Ugh.
Yeah. I saw you got
Yeah.
one on your finger though. How
Yeah,
bad was that one? Because
I have a
mine
spade
was
on my middle finger.
oh
And then
cool.
I have second star to the right from Peter Pan on this finger. Um, the fingers hurt, but it like tickled more than it hurt, which is
Really?
weird. Yeah. The worst ones were on my elbows. Like the closer it got to the elbow, I started like
Yeah,
getting lightheaded and like sweating and shaking and
really.
yeah. But the I'll tell you what the worst thing I like the worst. It's not a tattoo, but it's I used to have snake bites, the piercings that were like this. So it was
Oh
like the
yeah,
hoops on the lips. I passed out when the guy was doing it, and he was so sweet. He ran across the street to 7-Eleven and got me a cherry icy and peanut M&Ms because he was like, "Oh, you need to like have like for your blood sugar, you need to like have a snack." And then
yeah.
I recovered, but it was like that was the scariest. I don't like needles, even
That's
though I
so
have 15
scary.
tattoos. I don't like needles.
I
So
hate needles. I hate needles. I'd rather get more tattoos every day than ever be like injected by
uh,
something ever.
yeah. Uh,
What did it feel like when you passed out? Could you feel
yeah, I
what did
could
it feel like? Can you
it
remember
it
anything?
just like it felt like my head was like expanding, if that even makes sense. Like it just, you know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like it
God.
just felt like, and I could
Yeah.
feel it happening. And I don't remember if I told him. I think he asked me like, "What's your favorite snack or something?" Because peanut M&Ms are my favorite. And I was like, "Well, how else would he?" And I love cherry icy, so it's like, how would he have known that? So I think he must have said like, "I'm
Oh,
gonna
he
go
must
get
have
you something.
seen
What
and
do you
been like,
want?"
oh
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
It was bad. But what's
Oh
funny is
no.
this tattoo, it's Katy Perry, it's No Regrets, Just Love from Teenage Dream. The guy who
Oh,
did this tattoo, I fell asleep during it.
I fell
And that's
asleep during
never
my thigh
happened.
tattoo. Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh my God. So I'm not the
I
only
think it's when you
person.
become so relaxed. I think
Mhm.
you just become really relaxed, and obviously it's like so you're like, I think, oh, I don't know how to explain it because that happened to me. That happened to me once. I don't know how to explain it, but because it
Yeah.
does still hurt, doesn't it? Like you feel
Mhm.
the pain from it, but it's like your body just goes, oh, well, I'm just gonna go to sleep, kind of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Not
because
so much.
when I got this one, I had to lay on my stomach. It was like, you know, a massage chair and you put your head in like that donut
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So I was like laying in that and then my arm was out like this, like extended, and he was doing it. And I just fell asleep. And whenever I tell
Oh,
anyone
that
that,
sounds so
they think I'm
relaxing.
lying or they think that like, no, you can't fall asleep during that. I was like, no, I did. And then they're like, well, how do you know he was going to do what you wanted and not draw something that you didn't ask for? And I was like, well, that's a different story, but
Oh
I
my God,
did
I
fall
never thought
asleep.
about that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm having a
That's the
quick
only
look
one I've
now,
ever
thinking.
fallen asleep during, though.
Yeah. Same with my thigh. Like that was the only one I'd ever fallen asleep. I didn't even think. I think that was like one of my first, and it was
Uh-huh.
like a 9 hour one. So I was in like 5 hours or something, and then 4 hours after. And I was like, okay, I've been laid here for a long time because I was like laid on my side, you know, like in the cuddling position.
Oh, yeah.
I was like laying on the chair in like the cuddling position, kind of like this.
Hmm.
And he was like obviously doing it, and it was like I could feel the vibrations. And also when someone's touching your skin, it's
Uh-huh.
very relaxing. So
Hmm.
this guy's touching my thigh and I'm just like, oh, this is nice. And I think it makes you like, I think it's like, what does yoga do? Meditation. It's kind of like
Hmm.
meditating because you got the bzzz
Yeah, yeah,
noise.
that's
Do you know what
true.
I mean?
Hmm. Oh my gosh. Well, my last question for you is a question that I came up with actually when I was interviewing Louisa, and I've been asking every single person since because I love this question. Do you have a favorite Halloween costume that you've ever worn?
Oh, you've asked the right person this question.
Yes.
Let me think. I love Halloween. Do you know, for Halloween every year I just go crazy.
Ah, I love
Um,
Halloween.
so I've done like Chucky, I've done I can't even think. One time I did like a, a patient at a hospital, but it was like, you know, the smiley mask where the eyes are just slits and the
Mhm.
mouth's like that. I did that. So I like my entire head was covered with a prosthetic. And then I just like wrapped my head in a bandage. That looked pretty cool. I did oh God, what was that I did? I did another smiley one,
Mhm.
but where it was smiley and I had like my hair in pigtails and it was like a cute smiley version. That was pretty cool. Recently this year, what did I do this year? Oh, this year I did a siren. So I had like a
Oh.
starfish and I had my eyes whited, so it's just white eyes. I removed my eyebrows, so
Mhm.
like covered them. What else I had? I had like a prosthetic of like a seaweed, like that looked like veins going over my face.
Oh, that's cool.
And then what did I do with my hair? I think I had my hair like I did my hair. Obviously, my hair is blonde, but I did my hair like black and like wet look, so kind of
Mhm.
like filled it with gel so it looked wet.
Oh, that's
It
awesome.
was really cool.
Oh, that's really fun.
Thanks.
Love it. Well,
What
Natasha,
about
thank
you?
you. Oh, for my Halloween costume, it's weird because yeah, I used to do like the inappropriate, like funny ones. Like one year I was a
Yeah.
condom. One year I was super sperm, so it was like
Oh
a
my
giant
God.
sperm, but with like the S on his chest, like Superman. I know. And then as I got older, I was like, maybe I don't need to be doing those, but I do kind of miss them. But recently, the last time I dressed up was like before the pandemic. I think it was 2019. My boyfriend and I were Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. And then now it's
Oh,
just been
yeah.
years. Like I haven't dressed up in the past like
Oh,
3 or 4 years.
really?
So this year I think I'm gonna
This year you need
do
to
something because I really
do
miss
it.
dressing up. It's so much
Oh
fun.
my God, do it. You and your boyfriend can do like a matching thing again. Do
Yeah,
it. Do
I'm gonna
it.
have
Do
to
it.
trick him into
Winnie
it
the Pooh and
though.
Piglet. You could be Winnie the Pooh and
Oh
Piglet.
my God. Or
Or
honey.
Tigger. Yeah. Oh my God. One of you could literally be a drop of blood and the other one could be honey.
Oh, that'd be
Blood and
perfect.
honey.
Just paint myself red.
Yeah, literally just paint yourself red. That's the easiest costume ever.
Oh my God, I would love that. Well, Natasha, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate this. It was very fun talking about our tattoos and Halloween costumes and everything. Where can people follow you to keep up with your upcoming films, your upcoming projects?
So the best place to find me is my Instagram, which is Natasha Tosini. Just no gaps, just my name. Um, yeah, really all I use is Instagram. Like I have an X and I've got like you that's a wrap. Find me on That's a Wrap or find me on my Instagram. My Instagram is Natasha Tosini. I'm on there every day doing like updates, social media things, whatever people do on social media.
Great. Thank you so much. I will put links to both of those in the description of this video so people can come
Thank you.
follow you and check you out and see what you're up to next. But thank you so
Thank you.
much. This was so much fun.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh my God, I actually had a great time.
Oh, yay, I'm glad. Yeah, and we got to talk about me vomiting up cinnamon, so that was very fun. I didn't know we were going to talk about that today, but here we go.
I can't believe you did that. Oh
Ah,
God.
that video, someone's going to find it. If someone finds it and sends it to me, I will send it to you because,
Please do.
yeah. Well, thank you, Natasha. It was so nice meeting
Thank
you.
you very much.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.